Today we are going to discuss about assignment number 7 and 8.
Recording in progress.
Just a minute, please. You can see the problem statement of lab assignment number 7 is developing virtual reality application, and problem statement or lab assignment number 8 is deploy the virtual reality application in the VR headset. Right. So till now we have seen the applications of virtual reality headset, and in that we are going to get into the virtual reality environment and interact with the virtual objects. Right. So what we have to do here, we will create some simple elements, virtual reality elements, and with the help of this Unity and Oculus Quest 2 device, we will deploy the application into the headset itself. Right. I will take out you through the steps which are being there. So we have to create a 3D project first, normal 3D project, and we have to take out or install all the required plugins into that, or the toolkit or SDK that we want, right? Before going ahead, we need an Oculus software. You can see this Oculus software, this I have already downloaded and installed into my system. You can see what is the link of that. I can open that document as well. Yes, fine. So the very first step, this Oculus Quest should be there, and you have to connect your device. You have to connect your device to the laptop where your Unity is installed. I'm going to this website. You can see here, this is Meta Quest 2, the same Oculus devices which we have with us. There is an option called as download software, right? So once you download the software here, you would be able to see a screen like this, fine. And within that screen, you can see the devices here, and you have to connect your devices through the
Recording in.
Hello. Okay. So you have to connect your devices from this particular Oculus software, right? So currently you can see some of the devices which are not connected, right? There are two ways to connect your Oculus Quest headset to your device, right? The first way which you can see is the Oculus Quest method, link and air link. So this link is nothing but a simple cable which we have, and air link that will be through the Wi-Fi, right? So once you select the method, you can see the option, some settings will come. You have to connect your headset with the help of this cable that we have, and once you connect, you will be able to see this sort of window into the Oculus Quest headset after wearing. You have to launch this Quest Link application into that. After clicking this Quest Link application, a new window will come in front of you. You can see here, if you want to use AirLink, you can enable this, but we are going to connect it through the cable, right? So connecting through cable, you would be able to see the name of the device here and select it and click on launch. So after launching this application, you would be able to see some screen like this. That means you are in a connection mode, right? And after that, you would be able to see your laptop screen into the Oculus Quest, and from which we will launch the application. So launching this application here, launching this application, you would be able to see the exact screen which is shown here. One cube is there, and there are two grabbable objects along with the two Oculus controllers. So using these two Oculus controllers, we can grab this object, we can put them from one place to another place, we can throw them. Like this interaction we can do with the virtual object, similar to the one which we have seen in the first step, the application which was already installed into this. But this is a application which is built by us only, right? And you have to shoot out the laser ray onto this objects, and you would be able to grab the objects. You can pick them up, you can throw them away, or perform the interactive operations with the objects, right? So this is about the setup. Once you click on this play application here, so this will play the application in the laptop as well as into the Oculus headset, right? So what I will do, I will first show you the execution, and then we will understand the steps of that, right? Some already created applications I do have. I have to open up this Unity Hub. Into the Unity Hub, this is the already created application, the same application which is there. I'm going to open that application now. Right now, I'm opening the headset here. I'm trying to connect it here. Meanwhile, the project is getting opened. Okay, so students, you can see I have this Oculus Quest headset with me, and through this link cable, this is a Type-C connection, and I have connected it to my laptop here. Okay, now I'm wearing it. After wearing it, it will ask me to connect my device in the Oculus Quest software that you can see here. Oculus Quest software. This Oculus Quest 2 and touch. This device is now connected. You can see the symbol here. The left controller and the right controller is also connected with the laptop now. The only thing here why it is showing a sort of warning that it is USB 3 is recommended, which is not available onto the laptop. Okay, but fine, no problem. It works properly. Right. We have followed the steps to connect here. You can see into the device section here. If I see on this device connection here, you can go to this device setup, and from this device setup, you can see there is a link cable option and a air link. If I click on this link cable, I can see continue, connect your headset. Fine. After this, I will connect my headset here, continue. In my screen, in my Oculus Quest screen, I will be able to see that sort of screen like launching the Quest link. I will launch my Quest link, select my device and connect it. Fine. That will be happening into the headset. Right. So time being, since this is already connected, I can close this window and I can reopen it because I have already connected the device with my laptop. Okay, I will reopen it. I'm going to wear the headset now. Link cable, continue, continue, continue. Close. The device setup is complete, as you can see, and now I'm wearing the headset here. And after wearing the headset, I will be able to see the controllers here, and I'm just clicking on allow the connection. Fine. And now I want to open the Questlink application. After wearing this headset, I should be able to see the Questlink which is getting launched. And Let's start. I'm able to see the laptop screen into this one now. So what I'm going to do it now, opening up my Unity, and I'm launching the application now. I'm playing the application now. You can see here. After playing inside the headset now, I'm able to exactly see the scene which I have created, right? And I'm also able to interact with the objects here, right? There is one second controller as well. Just a minute. Okay. So as you are able to see the screen now, I have been interacting with this virtual object here, right? You can see I have thrown that object away, and as well as you can see I'm picking up this cube, rotating the cube here, right? And as well as I'm able to throw that cube also away, right? And see again picking up the object, performing the rotation operation, and again interacting with the objects. Or simply you can see I'm recasting it here and putting that object from one place to another place. I'm doing this with the help of headset itself, right? So are you guys clear with what kind of assignment we are going to do? You can see students, this is the headset. As and when I'm moving the headset here, right, it is going to interact with the laptop. The headset orientation, whenever it is changing, the scene is also changing, and you are able to interact with the virtual object. So that is all about the assignment, right? I will pause my video now. That is about the assignment. Now I will take out you through the steps for doing that. Okay. Is it clear to all? Now see how to create the application, the steps. Go into the Unity Hub and create a new project and a 3D project. A simple 3D project. I can give this name as VR Lab 7 and create a project. This is a simple 3D project. The project will get created now. Let the project open. As you can see now, the Unity window has been opened now. The very first step, we need to have the required software. You have to go to this Windows and go into the package manager. Inside the package manager, you would be able to see the Unity registry. Select the Unity registry, scroll down to the last and see this XR interaction toolkit. So what is XR interaction toolkit is? This is a high-level component-based interaction system for creating VR and AR experiences. Okay, it provides a framework that makes 3D and UI interaction available in the Unity input events. Fine. We are using this XR interaction toolkit. Click on install and follow the steps. You can see the screen here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is getting installed. Will take some time to get installed. After installing, you have to import it into your project. XR interaction toolkit. You can as well as read the description here. It is making the VR application creation helpful. It's importing now. It will ask you to restart, so just click on yes. It will again ask if you have made the backup. So say yes, I made a backup and go ahead. Your Unity window will get restart now. It's fetching up the packages that you see here, fetching packages. And now XR interaction toolkit will be ticked as yes, that it is imported and installed. Scroll down to the last, yeah, XR interaction toolkit. Click on it. You would be able to see some samples here. From that starter assets, you have to import into your project. Okay, starter assets. Fine. Once this is done, you have to go to the XR plugin management. And this package is about providing the simple management of XR plugins. So it is going to manage and offer help with loading, initialization, settings, and build support for the XR plugins. Whatever plugins are required for these VR applications, it is managing all the plugins like loading, initializations, and settings. I'm also going to install this XR plugin management. There are very minute steps. You have to remember the steps carefully. Although the manual is provided with you with all the clearly mentioned steps, but still remember the steps. So this plugin is also installed now. I can close this project manager window, this package manager window. I'm now going into the edit project settings. In the project settings now, this XR plugin management. Right now you are not able to see this project, this Oculus here. So after clicking on this, you can see here it is a desktop application, Android or a WebGL support. So we are developing a desktop application itself. So keep it as it is and just click on Oculus because I want to deploy the application into the Oculus Quest device. So that's why I'm selecting it as a Oculus device. Okay. Right. This is the Oculus. And now you are able to see the Oculus here. If you click on here, stereo rendering mode, that is multipass, and some of the options are selected here. Now I'm going to close the project window. Right. Now right click into the hierarchy and go to this XR and add up this XR origin that is related to the VR. Okay, the XR origin. Along with that, you can see the XR interaction manager is also installed. If you extend this XR origin, what you can see a main camera, left hand controller and a right hand controller. So if I click on the left hand controller, what you are able to see here, some red color rays, you are able to see it here, right? And there are two cameras. So the normal camera I do not want now because I have a XR camera, that's a VR camera. So this main camera, what is there, you can delete that. And the main camera which is available in the XR origin, that we are going to keep it up here. Right. So this left hand controller and right hand controller right now, these are just only in terms of simple rays. So what we can do, we can have the 3D models of the Oculus controllers, right? You can see here. Okay, sorry. Only the rays are visible here, which you are able to see. Now I want to make a proper application here. We have this Oculus controllers here, right? So these controllers now I want to have the 3D models of these controllers and make them available into my project. For that, I have to go to the website, that is Oculus Controller Art. Just look out for this. This Oculus Controller Art. This link is given in the manual. It is consisting of the 3D models of the controllers. You have to download this. Once you download, you will be able to get the zip folder into the download section, right? Like this. You have to extract it. After extracting, open this, go into this Oculus Quest for Oculus Touch for Quest 2 because I am having Quest 2 devices with me. So this is Quest 2, and from that, this DIV0 is a 3D object. That is a 3D model. This 3D model, I have to bring it into my project, into the assets folder. So simply drag it and bring it here, right? So now you are able to see the 3D models of this. Yeah, the 3D models which are now being available here, right? Similarly, I want some original looking Oculus controllers. So for that, there is a image texture which is available. Go back into the folder, Quest 2 textures 1K, and you are able to see this next controller both. Right. So this is the image using which we will wrap it onto the controllers, because the controllers right now are of gray color. If I wrap it up with this image, the controllers will look like properly. So you can see this Oculus button, this menu button, this A, B, and XY. This you already know. These are available onto your controllers. So I'm dragging this image as well into the assets folder. Right. So this is the image. Now I want to create one material for applying onto the controllers. Right. What I can do, right click, create a new material and I can name it as controller. Okay. And once you select the controller, you want this controller to be wrapped with this image. So select this image here. Okay. And drag it into this albedo option of the controller. This is the controller. That means what we do when we create a normal material, we select a normal color out of that, right? But instead of that, I want as an image texture. So that's why this image texture is taken out there. Fine. Now I want this 3D models to be available into my scene. So I have to drag this and put it into the hierarchy view. This is the prefab. I have to right click, prefab and unpack it. After unpacking, what you see here, the two controllers which are being now available into my project, right? This is the left controller and the right controllers. Fine. You can see, you can just move these controllers away from each other. Yeah. So right now you are not able to move it here. Fine. After that, what we have to do, these two meshes actually in this XR origin, left hand controller and right hand controller are there already. And we have having downloaded some of the 3D models of that. So this left quest to mesh, I have to click, drag and make it a child of left hand controller. And this right quest to mesh, I have to drag and make it a child of right hand controller. Right. And now this I do not want into my project. So delete this additional part here. Right. Fine. So what you are able to see here, you are having now the two controllers which are there. Fine. The two controllers which are available. Fine. And now I want to wrap this image or material onto this controller. For that, select the left quest to mesh and remove this skin mesh renderer, because if I don't remove this, I won't be able to apply the texture onto that, image texture onto that. So clicking here and remove the component. Sorry. Yeah, so this is the skin mesh renderer. Remove the component and add component as mesh renderer and add one more component as mesh filter. Right. In this mesh filter, you have this left quest option here. So just drag the option to here, or you can select it from here as left quest to mesh. Okay. So now you are able to see this mesh here. Similarly, drag this material now over to the controller. Done. Now what your left hand controller is there, you can see it is having the exact replica of your left hand controller, right? You can see the XY symbol here. The same process we have to now follow for the right controller. Okay. So this right quest to mesh, first you have to select and remove the skin mesh renderer, and you have to add the mesh renderer and the mesh filter. Once you have this mesh filter, from this drop down, you have to select the right quest to mesh. Okay, and close this. And apply this material onto the controller. Right. You can see here the position is not matching here. So this right quest controller, make the position as 0, 0, 0, and as well as the for the right quest to mesh, again make the position as 0, 0, 0. Right. So which now has become a very smaller in scale, which you can see. Right. If you see the main camera now, what the main camera is seeing in the game view, it is the controller view actually. So we have to adjust the positions. Right. Before going ahead, I will just simply add one plane and a reference cube here. So in 3D project, create a simple plane here, and for that plane, you can mention the dimensions as 5, 5, and 5. Okay, and what you are able to see here, a camera. Select the camera and try to adjust the camera at some different position. Right. So what is your scene consisting of now? You can see now your scene is consisting of 2 controllers. I can create a new material for this plane. Create a new material, name it as plane, and select color it as, let's say we select a green color. And now apply this onto the scene. Okay. So you would be able to better visualize in terms here. This is your plane and you are having 2 controllers here. Right. So scene, you can select the controllers and just slightly make them apart. So now in your game, you are having the 2 controllers. Okay. Okay, 2 controllers along with you. For reference purpose, what we will do, we will add up one more cube here. Create a 3D object that is a cube, and this is just for the reference purpose, just for visualization where we are in the scene. Okay. And select it, this one as well. Create a new material for this cube. Create material for this cube. You can name it as cube. And this can become my let's say it has somewhat red color, and apply this here. Okay. Now what you are able to see into the scene, can see, yeah, buttons and the 2 controllers. Okay. I can adjust these 2 controllers as one is looking left and right. Fine, perfect. Initially, these controllers only we have taken as a 3D models. Now, these are not having or including any sort of scripts onto that, like how to perform a grab operation, pinch operation, throw operation, everything. Now we want to add scripts onto these 2 controllers because these are the 2 game objects now. For that, if you select on this left hand controller, you can see none of the scripts are available. That is position action, rotation action, tracking state action. None of the scripts are picked up here. So rather than selecting one by one, because there is a huge list, you can see what we have to do. Click on this preset option, and for left one, you have to select the left hand controller. Okay. Select it. And now you can see all the scripts are being made applicable to the control a bit down, and you'll be able to see the model parent. I just have to select this left hand controller from the hierarchy view and drag it into the model parent. Okay. Now all the scripts are being made applicable to the left hand controller. Similarly, follow the steps for right hand controller. Go up, select this preset, and now select the right default controller. Close this window. All the scripts are being made applicable now. Right? All the scripts are being made applicable. Select the right hand controller and drag it to the model parent. Okay. Yeah. Now select the left hand controller and the right hand controller. Fine. Right press to mesh and right press to mesh. So all the scripts have been now made applicable to the controllers as well. Right. After that, we want to create some grabbable objects to which we can interact with. So we will create a simple sphere here, 3D object and a sphere. I can rename it as a sphere grab. Okay. And I will take one more object, let's say a 3D object, and I can take a cylinder You can take any another object, whatever you want, okay, and make it as a cylinder grab. Okay. Or instead of you do not want it, you can take up another cube. Okay. Right click, create cube, and rename it as cube grab. Okay. These are the normal objects which I have in my scene. Okay. So normal cube. You can, if you want, you can reduce its size to 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. Okay. Similarly, the cube that the cylinder that you have, you can take it up. As well as the sphere. Okay. See in the scene view how it is looking. And adjust the camera. Okay. Now see how your scene is looking like. I can again reduce the size of the sphere, 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. Okay, and as well as this cylinder. Initially it is 111, 0.5. It is not necessary that you reduce the size, but since the reference cube, that is this red color cube, is of 111, so just to make the object look proper, I have reduced the size of it. Right click and create new materials for this one. Let's say I have a cube 2. For this cube 2, choose or pick up any of the color that you want. Let's say I take a blue color. This blue color apply to the cube. You can see, select it. I have just duplicated the material. Right click and rename it to sphere. In the sphere, you can select the color that you want, apply to the sphere, and now using Control D, I'm duplicating this material again, and I can name it as cylinder. And for the cylinder, I can select another color. Select the purple color. So now I do have the grabbable objects into my scene. Okay. This is how the scene is looking like, okay, from the camera angle. The 2 controllers and 3 objects I'm having in my case. But till now these objects are not grabbable. I have to select the sphere grab and add component as XR grab interactable. Okay. Along with that, it has already applied the rigid body as well, because we don't want the objects to be inserting into each other. Select a cylinder grab and add component XR grab interactable. Similarly, cube grab, add the component as XR grab interactable. Okay, so now these 3 objects are grabbable, and the red color cube, which is just a reference cube, which is a non-grabbable. That means it won't have any effect of virtual reality interaction. Right. And now coming to the last step, we have taken up the starter assets, going into the samples, XR interaction toolkit 2.3.1 version, starter assets, and now we're able to see this XRI default action manager. Right. This XRI interaction, we have to define the input now into the system. So this XR interaction manager, go here and add component as input action manager. This is the script you want to add. From this action assets, currently there are no action assets. So click it, currently the list is empty, and click on this plus. What you have to select here, this XRI default interaction action manager, sorry, XRI default action manager. You can see XRI default input actions. So this I have to select and drag it into the element 0 of this one. Right? So with this now, whatever inputs are being there, it has been to be mapped to the controllers and to the object, that is the input manager. Right? So with this now, we are ready with the application with all the settings. Now the last step which is remaining is to deploy it. So how to deploy it? What you have to do for that? You have to run this application into the Quest. So already I have shown you the steps in which what you have to do. You have to connect your headset, and once you connect the headset inside your Oculus, you will be able to see the option like this Quest link. In the Quest link, you have to launch this application, and then the same Unity window will be visible in front of me. I will play and I can interact with the objects. Right. I can go back here and check it here. Left quest to mesh and right quest to mesh. So it's better that you reset the position to 0, 0, 0. Okay. So that the left quest to mesh and the right quest to mesh, these are exactly following each other. Okay. Along with the meshes. Okay. So now I'm playing the application now. I'm going to wear the headset now. Okay, I'm having both of the controllers now in my hand. Are you students able to see? I'm whatever movements that I'm making, the same movements that are being happening into the virtual reality. Okay, see now I'm changing the position of the headset here. Accordingly, you should be able to see it here, because when I'm turning on the Zoom meeting camera, it is getting stuck. So I can turn on only one camera. Right? So still, let me check. Okay, so this is the device. Play the application. It's not taking both cameras at a time. So you can consider like if I'm making some of the movements here, accordingly, it will make. So I'll turn off the camera. And I will play the application now. The left hand controller and the right hand controller. You can see I have picked up a blue color cube and I have placed it over to the red color cube. Okay, are you guys able to see? Correct. Now I have picked up a purple color ball and I've thrown it away. Similarly, I am picking it up and trying to put that object as well. Okay. Yeah. Still the same application, like now the ball has gone away through the plane, it has fallen down. Okay, but we are having the cylinder here, which I'm going to put it onto here. Right. So both of this have gone now. So you are able to see it, students, again here. I am picking it up and throwing it away. Right? So, hope all of you have understood the assignment. Please ask if you have any doubts. Yes, students, please let me know if you have any doubts with the assignment. In 2 minutes, I'm going to share the Google form for attendance. Stay back into the meeting.